Well, my name is Tom Hoyle and I'm the sound recorder / boom operator.
Hi, I'm Lee. I'm a sound recorder / boom op / sound editor and now / Foley artist.
I did want to be the sound recordist, so it was great to get it, but there were only 4 people who wanted to be the sound recordist, not really much competition.
I opted for sound recordist. I didn't realise it'd be sound recorder / boom op / editor, but I was happy with that. Then we had a little complication with the Foley artist. She got moved to PM because our PM dropped out, so we got lumber Foley as well. So
yesterday we were shooting in an office. It had quite thin walls and it was a very busy road just right outside, so the occasional Harley Davidson lorry or something would go past and that could ruin it, or your classic woman in the office wearing high heels clanking on the wooden floor, and my arm's getting tired from holding the boom. So just your standard problems, but nothing major yesterday really.
Scene in Magical Kitchens, the place where the main character works. There's a few background sounds of a bus going past, and then I'd say hang on a sec, bus, and sometimes they'd be like, right, we're filming anyways, give me a minute please, No one kind of takes me seriously, we just kind of sound ready, if not, who cares, let's go. Thanks for that, yeah. Today's shoot's in Jake's flat. It's just him trying to sort out his body whole issues again and stuff. So far, the only problem is holding the boom over my head for 1,000,000 years, which kills off my arm.
One of the main problems we had today is there's a scene where the 2 actors are at the different ends. So what we ended up doing is attaching the small radio mic. That was a bit of an issue, but we managed to overcome that quite quickly.
Finding a good space to actually be in is quite hard. Because I can't be there, the DOP's there. I'll sit next to the DOP, no, if the director wants to be there. I'll be there, there's a light. Actor needs to walk that way, so I've got to find the oddest of spaces to record them.
Is that right? I must be shitty cute because he was on his way.
To be honest, as the sound recorders, because nobody else really gives a shit about us, you've got to expect that there's going to be complications, you've got to be on the ball. To be a sound recordist, really, you should know what the next shot is, so you can get the best sound coverage.
No time to explain, but we need to get Atmos right now, if possible.
Before the footage comes to me, the files from the camera and the audio equipment are synced by the data wrangler, and he sits in his room, matches them up, syncs them, and then they come to me. After that, I start editing the scenes together, because obviously the film isn't shot in a linear order. We get different scenes at different times, but now filming's finished and I have all the scenes, I'm starting to go through, looking at the whole film as a whole and putting it together. The person I probably work with the most would be the 2 directors. Obviously when they're filming and I'm editing here, I just have the storyboards to go by, which are the original storyboards. But obviously on set, they might think of improvised shots that weren't originally storyboarded. So I might edit a scene, they'll have to do a rough cut of it, and then they might be like, no, they want to change it. So that helps me because they might have a more creative angle than what I was originally going for. They might, it's their film, it's their idea, it's how they meant to see it, it's how they see it. So I try and obviously match to that as much as possible.
I was given the role of a colourist, which means once the film has been edited, I've got to match all the scenes in the edit so they actually look the same. So if one shot's overexposed, they don't match up during the cuts, I've got to use colour and sort that shit out basically, so make sure it looks right. I got quite a lot of input, well not input, but I got from Ed and the other DPs like Dima and Sam saying they've overexposed shots. So when it comes to colouring, I can actually tone it down because if the shot was really dark, I can't do fuck all with that because you can't do anything. But if a shot is overexposed, a bit bleached out, so I can tone that down. That's fine, but but they've been saying like we've purposely overexposed it, so it'll make my job a bit easier.
My role on Wraith was the head of the sound department, so during production I didn't really have too much of a hands-on role. I was more sort of making sure that Tommy and Lee and Kyle and Josh were in a position to do the best job they possibly could. So I had like a minimal presence on set. Like I don't even think I was supposed to be on set, to be honest, but I went anyway just to like lend a hand and stuff. And now that we're in post-production, I'm currently sort of doing the master soundtrack for the film, like which includes mixing it correctly so that it sounds nice, sort of tidying up any bad audio, getting rid of hiss if possible, putting in ADR, and putting in DOM sound effects. I've had loads of input, like especially in arenas like sound. Like I've had them going out working for me. Like basically before like, we even started production of the film, I was sending off Kyle and Josh and Lee and Tommy, send them out into the field trying to record Foley. I gave them like sound log sheets for them to fill up so that we could get a collection of sound samples so that we'd be able to make Foley for the film. It was more like exercises as well, because I knew at the time some of them were underconfident with like the equipment they were using, so I wanted them to be using it out in the field and getting to grips with it better. Like the Foley, I've only been like editing the sound now for like 2 days, so I've not had to put Foley in yet. But I'm pretty sure like most of what we got won't be applicable, but that's fine because they can just go out and record some more.